Okay, let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we got orange lights. Last week I asked for your guys' like irrational fears because Halloween. Basically, hold on. I have a bunch of this Kit Kat I have to finish. Okay, I have a bunch of like garbage right here. I have to throw it away. Hold on. I have them right here on my iPad. So I think what I'm gonna do with these is I'm gonna like rank them in order of like how scary I think they are. I'm here and I'm editing and I figured that I should explain something before the video starts. So originally I wanted to do a ranking like throughout the video and updating the ranking after each like topic or whatever, but I couldn't do that because CapCut is being dumb and it's not letting me do that. So instead, I'm just gonna update you guys on like the ranking during the midpoint of the video and then at the end, and that's it. Okay, just thought I'd let you guys know. Starting with photos of planets and stars from space, mostly Saturn and the sun. Okay, Saturn is the one with the rings, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, I think space is so cool. Like, I think it's like fascinating. It's not something I'd ever want to like experience firsthand. I think it's cool to like learn about like little by little, but like I can understand how it's scary because I think it's like the unknown, because I'd say like 99.99% of the population hasn't been to space. Like, so obviously we're trusting like what NASA and everyone else says about space, which like cool, whatever, but it's still an unknown to us personally. Obviously the fact that we can't physically travel to these places, and if we could, we wouldn't be able to like stand on most of them because they're just like gas. And if we could stand on them, we'd probably die like instantly, because of like the extreme conditions on like other planets and whatever. But I think it's so cool, and it's kind of like, to me, it's kind of upsetting. I don't think in at least our lifetime, I don't think it's gonna be a possibility for us to just go to space, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it would be so cool to like learn more about it. I remember watching this TikTok a while ago. This was like my senior year, so like 2 years ago. I was in my theater class just like bored, and so I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw this video, and it was like a satellite image of like a house, and then it zoomed out like to like the like Earth and like planets and then like galaxies and universes into like multiverses, which is like a theory. I don't know, multiverses are crazy because it makes me think of like parallel universes and things like that. If there's other universes similar to ours, like the same as ours, but like one thing is different, you know what I mean, in each one. I don't know how it works, but I think it's so fascinating and cool. But it's also like really crazy and like hard to wrap your mind around because there's just so much to it. But the sun is kind of like, really? The sun I think is so cool, but like it's kind of scary. I think what's scary about the sun is the fact that like if the sun were to explode or just go away all of a sudden, we wouldn't know for 8 minutes. Like we would just be in bliss for 8 minutes until the world just like, or until the earth just like, I don't know, explodes or like freezes. Like, I don't know, but I think it's so crazy to think about. I think that's what's scary to me. But overall, like the sun is like, it's so cute. Like, I don't know, it's like terrible to look at, obviously. Don't stare at the sun. But like I think it's so cool. Like, I don't know, and it's nice and warm, but then it's also like smoldering hot sometimes. I don't know, the sun is a little weird, but I think it's kind of cool. I don't know. Google Maps. I see. I would just need some context on as to why this is a fear. Like, I'm really trying to think. I'm trying to put myself into perspective and think about like how this could be scary. Google Maps. Maybe like the fact that they take pictures. I don't know. Yeah, like if you're watching right now, please let me know. Like, give me some more context as to like why you're afraid of Google Maps. But so far that's going underneath the fear of planets and whatever. So the next one is driving, and you don't know why. I feel that. Wait, no, like I really feel that. Driving is scary. I won't even lie right now. But like I feel like it's also freeing and it's also kind of cool. I enjoy driving for the most part. Sometimes I'm a little nervous. I feel like my fear is like traffic. I'm more afraid of traffic than I am just driving. It's not that bad. Like I feel like You could definitely practice. Just the more you drive, the less scary it'll be. I remember the first time I drove, a little bit before this time last year, I drove my mom's car for the first time. It was crazy. I just didn't understand it at all. Actually, no, it wasn't my first time because I've driven in my stepmom's car before, like, but that was years prior. And my mom's car is obviously different. It's an SUV. That car was a car. So obviously different, but like just the pedal sensitivity and everything was like so much different. So it like scared me and I was afraid to drive after that. I feel like it's just a lot of like responsibility, you know, because like you're responsible for what happens with the car. You're responsible for like which way it's going, you know, and making sure it doesn't crash, like things like that. Crazy. I'd say that's like number one for me then. It's above fear of space, obviously above Google Maps. Okay, this one, Vass, you kind of ate with this one. Getting wrong pics deleted forever. No, that's like actually terrifying. Imagine like you're going through your deleted things, you accidentally delete something you didn't mean to, and you don't look back at it, and it was something important that you really needed. And then you go to like delete all, because you're not going to look through all the pictures that you just deleted. You're just going to delete them all forever. And then you lose something really important, especially like old pictures and stuff like that. I feel like that's the scariest thing. It's not even like scary, it's just like panicking, you know what I mean? Like, no, is that even a word? Panicking? Like, I don't think that's right in this sense, but it's fine. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, that is really like worrying, troublesome, because like then you lose those memories. You could possibly lose those memories forever. I feel like for me, if I don't take pictures of things, I'm gonna forget. If I don't like, you know, because I look back, especially in Snapchat, I look back at my Snapchat memories all the time. I love looking at my Snapchat memories. So if I don't take a picture of it, like there's some days I don't take any pictures or do anything, I forget everything that happened that whole day. If I don't like either talk about it with someone, unless it's like super big, but most likely I'm gonna forget it if I don't have a picture of it or something. So that's like, that's really scary to me. I'd say that one's under driving over space for me, honestly. Next, oh my gosh, finding snakes in the bathroom, specifically in a pot. What? Has this happened to you before? My uncle used to have a snake though. Like a long time ago. I was like a baby, so I don't really remember it, but all I know is there was a snake and then one day it went missing and we haven't seen it since. So that's terrifying to me. So it has to be somewhere in my grandparents' house at this point. This is back when I lived in their house still. Like, hello? That's scary. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Snakes are pretty scary, but finding them in the bathroom is kind of crazy. I've never heard of that. But like, imagine you're going to the bathroom and a snake just comes out. I've thought about that, especially when I was younger. I used to think about that a lot. Because like, what if that happens? What are you doing then? What are you doing if a snake comes out of the toilet? Like, what? It's valid. It's definitely valid. But I feel like overall, snakes are like more of a fear than just finding a snake in the bathroom. Because what are the odds that a snake's gonna be in the bathroom before you find it anywhere else? You know what I mean? Unless there's a window, but like, how would it slither? I don't know. How would it get into the bathroom without me knowing, you know? Especially my bathroom. I don't have a window in my bathroom, so there's no way a snake is getting in there without me seeing it. I think it's the fact that like, snakes are just like, they're so like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Something about snakes really freaks me out. Baby snakes, however, they're adorable. They're so cute. I can find some pics, like mini snakes. They're so cute. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'd actually want to touch one, but like they're cute to look at, and that's about it. And snakes overall just kind of freak me out, so I'm good. Honestly, this one might be over losing pics and underneath driving. Next is parrots. I think the only time I've ever seen a parrot like in real life has been like at the pet store. Other than that, I'm not experiencing parrots on a day-to-day basis. I don't know anyone that owns a parrot. I never have, actually. So I don't know if I'd actually be afraid of them. I think just like overall birds like being around me in my presence is a little scary, it's a little spooky. But I feel like parrots are the cutest ones. Like they're kind of nice. There's also some really cute like little birds, you know what I mean, that people own. But like birds outside, those are more scary than parrots. I think parrots are the cutest bird in my opinion, because you can talk to them, like you can train them to say things. I think that's so cool. Like, I don't know, parrots just seem so cute. And the fact that they can like mimic people is crazy. They can mimic like human words is wild. Like, I don't get that at all. It's crazy, but it's so cool and fascinating. So I feel like I like parrots. Maybe Maybe one day I'll get a parrot. I don't know. Probably not. Because I feel like I'd rather have a dog or a cat rather than a parrot. But a parrot is definitely third if I ever become like insanely allergic to dogs or cats or something. I don't know. That's going over Google Maps under fear of space because it's not like scary to me. Needles. Okay. Needles are terrifying. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. I am afraid of needles. Like, possibly deathly afraid of needles. I don't even know. And I'm planning on making my own irrational fears video, like talking about my own fears. Maybe not necessarily ranking them, but just talking about them. And I will say needles obviously going to be at the top, above driving, above anything else. Needles are my biggest fear. Like, I don't want to get into it right now. We'll talk about it another time. But yeah, needles, totally valid, 100% valid. Next, trains. I can see it, possibly. Like, I feel like getting run over by a train is terrifying. But I'm not sure if that's necessarily what you're talking about here. I'm personally not afraid of them. So they're probably going to be lower on the list. But, like, I can see it. I can see it. I'm more afraid of parrots than I am trains. Because I've never been on a train, so I don't know. I think it's just my limited experience with some of these things that really stops me from my fear of them, you know? This one's funny. A fear of smelling bad. So you have to make sure you're clean 24/7. But I feel like it's a normal feeling. Yeah, because nothing's worse than like when you're like around someone that smells bad. Because I never know what to say. I'm not going to tell them they smell bad. You know what I mean? But it makes me feel so bad. Like, I'm like, oh, you smell like bad and I don't know how to tell you. You know what I mean? But for me, I'm not like super self-conscious about like how I smell. I feel like I usually smell good. At least I hope I do. But yeah, this one makes sense. It makes sense. It's not like necessarily something I like hyper focus on, but I could see it. I could definitely see it. Let's think about the rating. Where are we ranking this? I think it's gonna be over parrots, under fear of space, because I'm more afraid of smelling bad than being around a parrot, like, personally. So next one is funny, bro. Men. Okay, it's not necessarily supposed to be funny, but like, it is. It's like, it's kind of funny. Like, no, men are kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm like intimidated by men. It's not necessarily that I'm like afraid. Actually, no, that's a lie. I am afraid. A lot of them are creepy and weird. And even, like, they might not even be trying to be creepy and weird, but they give off the vibes. I still am, like, afraid. You know what I mean? Especially, like, older men. Like, men around my age, I'm more intimidated by them than scared. But, like, older men, like, really scare me. They could be so nice and friendly, and I'm, like, afraid. I'm, like, like, tense and, like, you know. Like, it shouldn't be this scary. That's the terrible thing. Men should not be terrifying. Women should not be afraid of men. You know what I mean? No one should be afraid of men. But like we are, because they're kind of scary. Like, this is like above losing picks, but I'm saying, because I feel like rather. Actually, no, that's kind of a lie. I think I'm more afraid of driving now with men. Men are scary too. Wait, maybe? Hey, no. Here's my ranking. Here it is. Needles, then men, and then driving. That's what I'm thinking. Because I'd rather drive than be around a scary man. Like, rather be around a scary man than have a needle being put in my arm or anywhere on my body. Next is birds. I could see it. I'm kind of afraid of birds too. Just a little bit. I think it's like their ears. Have you guys seen birds' ears? It's like, because they don't even have ears. It's just a hole in their head, like underneath their feathers. That's scary. Like, what? Just thinking about a bird being around me right now is kind of making me shiver. I'm good. Like, Okay, I think it's certain birds, like blackbirds, scary. I feel like cardinals aren't that scary. They're kind of cute. Like, I'd rather look at a cardinal than a blackbird. Hawks are pretty scary too, because they're strong. But they're kind of cool looking. Like eagles, same thing. Cool looking. They're cool to look at, but I don't want them up close by me. I'm good. Like, I'm good. Like little birds, they're kind of cute, and like parrots are cute too. Hummingbirds are like the cutest bird ever. Like, let's be for real. Hummingbirds, they take that spot. They're so cute. I'm trying to think of other birds that I'm like afraid of. Falcons, I feel like they go along with the, like, they're eagles and like hawks. They're in the same category. I think I'm more afraid of birds than I am of space, so I'll put them underneath losing picks, but over fear of space. They're rather okay. What do you think? No, that's a lie. I think personally, actually, I keep changing my mind like last night. I think about like both of these options. You know what I mean? But snakes are like joke you know what I mean? So maybe not. Oh, why is this difficult? Hello? I think. Okay, I'd rather lose pics than have a bird placed like on me. Also birds are like a really terrifying grip. Not necessarily birds like hawks and like eagles. I don't have a really like scary grip. I feel okay. I'd rather lose pics. I'd rather be yeah, I'd rather lose pics than a bird be placed on me. Would I rather a snake be on me or a bird? Honestly, I think birds is going over snakes for me. Cause they're just freaky. Like, I don't know. It's something about them. They're just really weird. I don't like birds. They're really strange. Actually, no. I think snakes are scarier, actually. We're going snakes over birds. Okay, when you eat chips and they cut your mouth, what kind of chips are you eating? No, I understand. There's some like pokey chips. But that's not really a fear of mine. When I'm eating chips, I'm not thinking about that because of the way I put it in my mouth. You know what I mean? I eat it like this, not like this. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. It's not making any sense. I'm sorry. I think this one's going over Google Maps for me. Sticky fingers. Ugh. No, sticky fingers aren't necessarily scary. They're just gross. Oh, wait, no, but I hate having things on my hands. Like, okay, at work, I have to fill up the sauce sometimes. And I hate when it gets on me. Like, that's the grossest thing. It's not even necessarily that it's gross. I just can't stand the sauce being on my hands. I don't know why. It's just the feeling of it is disgusting. I don't know if it's necessarily a fear though, but I definitely see it. Just having gross things on your hands is nasty, awful, horrific for me. I think this one's going under the fear of space, but over smelling bad. I can't sleep with my feet exposed because I'm scared of a demon pulling my feet. Brie, this is the realest thing I've ever seen. Because yes, I completely get it. I feel like if you're sleeping in your bed, you got the blankets up like this. If you pull them more, you know what I mean? Like your feet are exposed. I feel so scared. Who can sleep like that? I feel like if you could sleep like that, you're insane and psychotic because that's crazy. Like, you're weird. That's, like, I would rather have socks on in my bed than no, like, blankets over my feet or anything like that. Like, and I hate having socks on when I sleep. I only do that if I'm really, really cold, but that's very rare. I'd rather be cold. This one's terrifying. It scared me since I was a little kid. Like, this is terrifying. Honestly, I'd rather have, like, a snake put on me. I'd rather drive in traffic than have my feet exposed while I'm sleeping. So this one's going under men, but over driving because, like, yeah. Okay, the next one is not the dark, but what's in the dark. I feel this, yeah. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know if I necessarily have a fear of the dark. Like, because I like sleeping in the dark, but I like having a little bit of light, like a tiny little sliver of light, so I can, like, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I can still see a little bit, you know? That's how I like to sleep. But I can't sleep with, like, a bunch of lights on. Sometimes I can. It depends. Like, I could take a nap right now with my window, like, having some light in, with the lights on like this, you know? But, like, it's easier for me to fall asleep, especially at night, if it's just darkness, you know? Personally. But that being said, I'm definitely always going to be sleeping with a cover over me because I'm afraid. Like, I'm afraid that something could sneak into, like, my house. I don't know why, but, like, one of my biggest fears is, like, walking in the darkness, especially in my hallway. It's so scary in the hallway at night because there's, like, small slivers of light, but for the most part, I can't really see. And so, I could be walking through in the darkness, and I'm, like, so scared that something's going to get me in the dark. It's kind of like that same fear of, like, having your feet exposed and, like, a demon getting your foot. It's kind of like that for me, at least. So I understand this. I think I'm putting this over space, under pics. Next, oh my gosh, I was waiting to see this one. The ocean. So, like, if you guys know, you know. Like, the ocean's pretty scary. I don't think about the ocean that much, so I feel like I'm more afraid of other things. But the ocean, one of my biggest fears, though, is, this is just, like, a really weird, irrational fear. Like, I know it's never gonna happen, but, like, just being dropped into the ocean somehow and not being able to get up. I remember I had a dream one time when I was little that, like, I fell to the bottom of the ocean. It was weird. I also, like, I used to think about, like, what happened if I started drowning. I don't know why, but for me, it's just being in, like, water like that, like, in deep water, with no way out. Like, that's one of my biggest fears. Not necessarily the ocean, but the things in the ocean are really scary. I don't like stepping into the ocean and, like, feeling things on my feet. Even if it's just seaweed, it feels weird. I hate it. I'm afraid of, like, accidentally stepping on a fish. There's so many different things that go along with, like, the fear of the ocean. So I get this one a lot, but I'm not sure if it's, like, one of my biggest fears, but it's it's a fear for sure. It's underneath sleeping with my feet exposed, but over driving. Okay, next, crocodiles. This one's valid, and I've never really been anywhere else that would have crocodiles, so I'm not too afraid of crocodiles, at least where I live. I know I'm chilling from crocodiles, but like they are pretty scary. If I were like face to face with a crocodile, I think I'd be terrified. I think I'd be stunned. So I don't know, but I'm not necessarily super afraid of them. Like they're not the first thing that come to my mind when I'm like, oh, fears, you know? So maybe like, I think I'm more afraid of losing pictures. I think it's gonna go under my fear of the dark, but over the fear of space. Factories. I feel like I need context as to why this is a fear of yours. It reminds me back of like the industrial like revolution or whatever in like history class, and they talked about like how factories, like jobs in factories were super dangerous. I think that's what would scare me about it, is like accidentally getting stuck in a machine or something. Yeah, so I'm interested to see why you're afraid of factories, but I feel like that would be my fear. I'm more afraid of sticky fingers. So I think I'm more afraid of trains than I am of factories. So it's going pretty low for me, TBH. Spiders crawling out of the toilet. That's really scary. I don't like that at all because I'm afraid of spiders. But not necessarily spiders crawling out of the toilet. So if we're including that, it's a little lower for me. I'm just afraid of spiders in general, like just coming near me. Like even tarantulas, they can seem all cute, but they're scary. I don't like them very much. Like I saw like this super cute like animation of like a little spider. I forget what it was called, but it was so cute. I'm still afraid of spiders though, and I know that as soon as I see a spider like anywhere, I'm stepping on it. Over sticky fingers, under space. Okay. Accidentally swallowing glass. No, yeah, valid. But like I don't know how I would ever like how that would happen unless there's glass like in a drink that I'm drinking, but like if glass somehow happened to get into a cup I'm drinking. But that is really scary because imagine like slicing up your throat and then you just got like open cuts in your throat. Ugh, I don't like that at all, actually. That's terrible. Wow, I feel like I'm developing new fears from this video, I'm not gonna lie. Over losing pics and underbirds. Because that's weird. I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, perfect. Okay, awesome. This is like kind of an explanation for the Google Maps thing. So Google Maps satellite mode. Crisp and very directional shadows. Huh. I mean, I guess I could see it. So is it just like the shadows of the camera that you see? Like I still need some more context. But I guess I could understand it. Not a personal fear of mine, but I can understand. I get it. Because I don't like, it's like weird when you're like looking at Google Maps and like it's the one where you could tap on it and you can like move to a different place and you see the shadow of like a truck or like something with the camera. You never see the shadow of the camera. That's what makes no sense to me. I don't get it. It's very confusing, but it's not necessarily scary to me. It's just weird. So I guess I could see it though. If I step on a drain hole, I will fall through. I understand that. Like that, oh my gosh, sometimes they're like flimsy looking and you step on it and you're like fearing for your life. For me, at least, I like to think of like how it's metal. So like it's most likely not gonna break underneath me unless it's like super thin. And they're usually pretty thick. So this is not necessarily a fear of, like a big fear of mine, but I can understand it. Honestly, I think this is going over crocodiles for me, but under the dark. Okay, next. All the stuffed animals I put in the closet are plotting against me because I don't play with them now. That's so Toy Story core, oh my gosh. Luckily, all my stuffed animals, like a lot of the old ones, are downstairs in a box, like in the garage, so they're not getting to me. I'm safe, I'm good. I'm more afraid of spiders coming out of the toilet than than my stuffed animals plotting against me. Balloons popping. Whenever someone's interacting with one, I'm really tense and uneasy. I get that. No, balloons popping is kind of, I think it's unexpected. That's the thing. It's so unexpected. You never know when it's gonna pop unless you're the one popping it and you see it. But even then, it's still kind of scary. It's kind of spooky still. So I get this one just because it's like so loud and it's like, it's usually unexpected. I'm more afraid of sticky fingers. Last one is looking at a spider's eyes. Oh my gosh, that's kind of scary. I feel like looking at any bug's eyes are really scary because all their eyes are weird looking. Like, why do they look like that? this one's scary, it's sending me like shivers down my spine. So yeah, that one's definitely going pretty high up. I just have to figure out where I'm gonna place it, but yeah, that's scary. Okay, I think this one's going above accidentally swallowing glass, but under birds. And there we have it. Here is the final ranking of everything. This was so much fun. I definitely want to do this again. Maybe not with fears, but with something else. Because obviously we did fears already. But yeah, let me know if you have any ideas for this, because that'd be so fun. I'd definitely be down to do this again. And let me know if you guys want to see my irrational fears, like, sometime soon. Thank you so much for contributing and helping me with this, and sending your irrational fears. I love you guys a lot. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. If you do, leave a like, subscribe, comment. That's about it. I don't know what else to say, but thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.